Welcome to the Daily Sports Content Economy Podcast for Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. We created this podcast specifically for alternative and Tier 2 sports leagues, teams, competitions, and the athletes who compete in them.
And it is a heavy news day. To build this deep dive, we've pulled from a grand total of 20 primary headlines and a broader list of about 50 references. We're looking at data and reports from Sport Business, Sports Pro, Sports Business Journal, Reuters, and Sport Call.
So the mission today is to analyze how these massive capital injections into creator-led sports
And the whole restructuring of streaming bundles.
Right. How all of that impacts you immediately. And frankly, the numbers we're seeing, they signal a complete shift in how Tier 2 sports, need to operate.
They really do.
So let's start with where the venture capital is actually going.
Okay, it's going to gamified formats. Sport Call broke the news that the Kings League, that's Gerard Piqué's seven-a-side soccer property, has secured $63 million in funding.
$63 million. I mean, that is a staggering valuation for a league that exists, primarily on Twitch and YouTube.
Exactly. But see, if you look closer, they aren't paying for soccer.
No.
They're paying for the mechanics.
That's the distinction.
It is. Sportcella points out this is a digital-first property. They change rules mid-game based on what the audience wants. It's closer to a video game than a FIFA match.
Which means if you're running a traditional league, simply broadcasting a game, that's not enough anymore. Not to compete for that kind of investment.
Not at all.
You have to gamify the product. So, for the leagues listening, stop waiting. Before this day ends, design one experimental rule, a fan vote on a substitution, a wildcard minute, and test it on a stream.
You need that data. And that capital, it isn't just limited to team sports. Sport Business and Sports Pro are both reporting that Saudi Arabia's SURJ has led a $40 million Series C round into the Professional Triathletes Organization, the PTO.
Okay, so that validates the festival model, where you're blending the elite sport with mass participation. But for the athletes listening, there's a sub-narrative here. The PTO works because they highlight personalities, not just split times.
The money is following the storytelling. The investment thesis relies on the athletes being characters.
So, athletes, here's the hard truth. You need to update your media kits today. If you're pitching yourself to organizers, you can't just list your podiums.
No, that's just table stakes now.
You have to include examples of your own content. You have to show them you're a content creator who sells tickets, not just a competitor who wins races.
Let's shift to the infrastructure because the whole distribution model is collapsing and rebuilding right in front of us. Reuters and Front Office Sports reported ESPN is taking over MLB.TV rights.
And MLB Media is going to handle production for half the league by 2026.
Yeah.
This is the end of the regional sports network era. I mean, the old RSN model is dead.
It is. The trend is centralization. MLB is just pulling everything in-house. It cuts costs and it creates a uniform, premium look.
Yeah. And that really matters for the smaller competitions listening to this. If MLB is centralizing to create a consistent hub experience, you just rule. You cannot look like a disjointed local cable broadcast. You need to audit your streaming setup, even on a shoestring budget, template your graphics, your commentary. Make it look like a central production hub. It implies scale, stability.
That centralization brings us to what we're calling the streaming shuffle. Sports Business Journal noted a really critical detail: MLS Season Pass. It's been folded into the general Apple TV Plus offering.
That's a huge signal, a massive one. Niche sports are moving from standalone subscriptions,
where you ask a fan for what, $15 a month just for you?
Right, to becoming value-add content inside a bigger bundle.
In the industry, we call that shoulder programming.
Exactly. You're the content that keeps subscribers from canceling, from churning when the major sports are in their off-season. So for the teams listening, when you're drafting your pitch to a streamer, don't pretend you're the Super Bowl. Position your league as the churn killer. Show them how you retain their audience during the quiet months.
Speaking of retaining audiences, we have to talk about the Internet Racing League. Deadline reports this creator-led kart franchise just secured its own venture funding.
This is where that line between influencer and athlete just dissolves. It's gone. These are creators funding and racing in their own leagues.
And because they're creators, they get it. They understand the format has to fit the platform.
And that is the operational lesson for every competition director listening. Make your race, your game, make it clippable. If you can't get a viral 15-second moment for TikTok from your event, you are invisible.
You have to build for the highlight.
But just one element of your next event specifically to generate those moments.
Just a final quick note on sponsorship. This is from Sport Business. BKT is expanding its rights with La Liga and the Spanish Football Federation.
So they're buying into the elite level and the grassroots at the same time.
Exactly. That's a laddered portfolio. Sponsors want the whole ecosystem.
So to wrap this all up, the money is flowing to properties that own their audience data, that gamify their product, and embrace creator-led storytelling.
The traditional broadcast deal is not coming to save you. It's not. You have to build that leverage yourself.
And we'll leave you with this provocative thought. With creators successfully funding their own leagues now, the Kings League, IRL, how long until top-tier athletes realize they might not need the traditional federations to organize their sports at all?
It's a question worth asking. Definitely.
Thanks for listening. Go execute those ideas.
Thanks for listening to this edition of the Daily Sports Content Economy Podcast. If you're ready to build your content media empire, we should probably talk. Visit rootgroupmarketing.com. Thanks for watching and listening.